What's good, YouTube? I know y'all been waiting for my video to come up. I've been texting a lot of people and they've been hitting me up. I had to go to work and I was about to go into work here. Um, this is a very interesting thing that DeMarcus Cousins, and I want to report something that some people may not know or may know about DeMarcus Cousins from ESPN. If you didn't watch or know about it, I didn't watch it on ESPN, but I seen it on my phone. They reported that DeMarcus Cousins didn't have any offers. He was shocked. He was in utter shock. Um, Nobody wanted him. We talking about a guy that gave you 25 and 12, and he was a duo, a part of a 25. I mean, a team that was in the top 8 spots in the Western Conference, and they was on a winning streak before he went down. And he was an All Star and potentially All NBA if he would have stayed healthy and put up the same numbers. And he actually got no offers. Nobody wanted him. Nobody reached out to him. He had to go reach out to the Golden State Warriors, and they were shocked that he would even reach out to them. Not only that, at the end of the day, nobody wanted him, and he's one of the best big men in the league. I would definitely try to be real about this, gauging the talent, engaging Cousins, having Cousins and Kevin Durant and Draymond Green. A lot of people that gets a lot of technicals that could be bad, especially when it comes to high hostile games. We've seen Draymond Green get suspended in the NBA Finals. DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Durant been leading the NBA in technicals. That's not a good sign. That's one thing that's a negative. Number two, we haven't seen DeMarcus Cousins play. So everybody, oh, they're gonna go 82 and 0. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We don't really know his health. We don't really know, can he play? Will he still be explosive? Will he still be dominant? Um, that's number two. We don't know what type of DeMarcus Cousins we're getting in Golden. Well, I ain't gonna say where they're getting in Golden State, because if he is slower and he is not as explosive, he's only going to decline quicker because he's going to the edge of 30. He's not getting younger. He's not a 22, 23-year-old that people gave up on. He's a guy that's been a veteran, but he's suffering a major injury. Even though he should be in his prime of his career, this sets him back because once you get injured, you never become 100%. And this is an injury that ruined and destroyed so many careers. Only person that you can really say came back from this well was Dominique Wilkins, but he wasn't on a championship contending team. He was a guy that had the opportunity to take as many shots as he wanted to after the injury. And I want to also say Kobe was a guy that was a hard worker, a gym rat. He got the Achilles, and you can say the rotator cuff, but mostly the Achilles. And he never was the same after that. He was basically a role player after that, which is the truth. So we don't really know how dominant he will be. We don't know how good he will be. Another thing I want to talk about, and this is a thing that a lot of people don't really bring up when it comes to DeMarcus Cousins. He's not the most efficient big man. He averaged 5 turnovers a game. 35% from three is where you want to be at, especially if you're a big man. 74% from the free throw line, 47 from the field. He's not that stretch big that guys really think he is. He's not the best mid-range scorer. He's a dominant person in the post because he's so big and so physical. And you get tired of guarding him when he's beating you and banging you, kind of like what happened with Shaq. But he's not the greatest perimeter shooter. He's not the greatest three-point shooter. And another thing I want to say is, um, this is just crazy if it do work out. Like, this guy is one of the top 15, 20 players in the league. I think the rebounding still, just the positive, I think the rebounding still should be there because he's still big and takes up a lot of space. Plus, you don't really have no dominant rebounders on this team. Kevin Durant never been a dominant rebounder in his whole career. Draymond Green dominates, but he was playing with Zaza and JaVale and Kevon Looney and Jordan Bell. He wasn't really playing with no superstar center. Even when he played the small ball five, he was getting out rebounded by AD and everything. So this does fix that hole that they now have interior presence. They now have a guy that can post up and abuse switches. They have a guy that can play in the pick and roll, set screens, potentially knock down jumpers and threes and open up that whole floor. And it allows them to play big, depending on if they keep their younger bigs It allows them to play big against teams that want to do it, like San Antonio, for example, with Aldridge and Gasol. So they have that option to play big now with DeMarcus, and that will be a good lineup if he can be dominant like he was before, or even somewhat there. Another thing, they don't need 25 points a game from him. And that's something that we all know. Going to Golden State, he's not going to have to carry a team. He's not going to have to do all this hard work. They just going to ask him to play within the system, trust your teammates, and a good shot can turn into a great shot. If he can buy into a team concept, if he can continue to move, if he can continue to be a threat and be respected, that's going to make him virtually impossible to guard, especially if you switch, because like I said, they can throw the ball to him. He'll torch him and out rebound everybody on the court because he's one of the best rebounders in the league when he was healthy. So this could be very crazy when you look at the potential of how this team could be. Another thing is DeMarcus Cousins is not the best switch defender, so I can see a lot of teams poking at him and Steph Curry, especially with that Achilles. He's not going to be as explosive. He's not going to be as laterally quick, and that could hurt them against a Houston and other teams that can put the wings and the point guards and demand switches, and it gives them a weaker option other than Curry. They always want to abuse and destroy Curry. DeMarcus has always been a foul happy guy. He has always been a defensive liability. Not really as bad, but he's not a great defender or even a solid defender. He's just mediocre at best. He doesn't put a lot of effort. He doesn't put a lot of energy. He doesn't play with a lot of will. He just plays defense because he has to. So this deal can either go one way or two ways. This deal can make them one of the best offensive teams in history. Wait, they already are. This team can make them the most unguardable team in history. Kind of remind me, if you go back and think about it, you look at Jerry West, the guy that helped facilitate a lot of this team, getting Clay, Steph, and them. They had Gail Goodrich. They had Elgin. They had Jerry West. They had Wilt Chamberlain. That was one of the best teams in NBA history, in the championship team. You have Kevin Durant. You have Klay Thompson. You have Steph Curry, two guys that can score and shoot the ball and play off the dribble and score. Um, and now modern day is rain and threes. And then you have one of the best big men in the game, physical, dominant, bigger, better, badder than everybody else in the paint. And then you have that prolific scorer in KD that can do everything offensively. So this team could be very scary. And I think they'll go back to more pick and roll than they did the last couple seasons because they have Cousins. Um, I think Cousins, knowing that nobody wanted him, knowing that people didn't reach out to him, he did say that it hurted him. Mark Spears said that. That's the guy that I got it from. He said it hurted him. Maybe this is a wake-up call for him. I need to go out here and prove I can be a team player. I need to go out here and buy into a team concept. I need to get a winning mentality. I need to sacrifice so I can accomplish the hardest goal, which is winning a championship. We've seen Kevin Durant fit in seamlessly. Let's be real. DeMarcus Cousins is better than JaVale McGee. He's better than Zaza Pachulia. He's better than Jordan Bell. He's better than Kevon Looney. He's better than these guys by a mile, even if he comes back 65% of his health. He's still better than those guys, and he's more versatile than those guys. And I like it. I mean, you paying him $5.3 million. Like I said, DeMarcus Cousins is hurt. That's gonna make him want to work harder. Put a chip on his shoulder that nobody wanted him. He's gonna go out there and try to prove everybody wrong. He's gonna go out there and show that he can buy into a team concept and win some meaningful games and possibly a championship. And if I had to be real, they should win the championship like they did the last 2 years with this move. But the free agency ain't over. Summer league ain't over. The season hasn't started yet. We'll see other moves that's made. We'll see other pieces be moved. But as of right now, this is the best team in the NBA with or without DeMarcus. But adding DeMarcus Cousins, losing JaVale McGee, and potentially Pachulia, that's basically a laughable thing right now. So, yeah, they got their guards, Patrick McCaw. They still got Nick Young. They still got Jordan Bell under contract for cheap. They still got Steph, KD, Draymond Green. They still got Andre Iguodala. They still got Sean Livingston locked up long term. So nucleus wise, they got the winners. Nucleus wise, they got the chemistry. DeMarcus Cousins doesn't even have to play 35, 40 minutes if he's not really fully healthy. He said he should be ready for camp. And if he is, they can still go small. The Iguodala, the Hampton Five lineup is still hard to guard, hard to score upon. And they can still go big. Now they can go small, and now they can still play Draymond at the five, KD at the five, and go versatile and switch it up and give teams different looks and give teams different matchups. And sometimes they can even hide Steph even more depending on who's out there because you have a guy like DeMarcus that can dominate guys and dominate lineups. He was dominating everybody for the last couple years. Little, big, small, fast, or quick. Nobody could stop him. But like I said, he do have the head problems, guys. He do have turnover problems. He is a highly inefficient guy. 47% is a little misleading. He does have a good post-up game. He can make free throws. He is a decent passer. He need to calm down and let the offense come to him. He doesn't have to force things. He doesn't have to try too hard. Just come in, be yourself, learn, gain as much knowledge, trust your teammates, and just buy in that this team is going to be the best team you ever played for, and they embody winning. And once he gets all this in training camp and talk to him, kick it with him, get the preseason and get the first 20 games under his belt, we can see how great this team really can be. I don't think it's going to happen like that. And even if it's due, you still got to play against the tougher teams. You still got to skill yourself against them. This could be a little boring for them at the same time, but adding DeMarcus Cousins makes it more exciting because this is another integral piece that they have to fit in, have to learn, and learn how to use it. He's a secret weapon now. We're not going to expect DeMarcus Cousins to get you 25 a game. But when we see him do it, it's going to be, oh, he still can do that. He still can do that. He can still get that on a weak team. But instead, he chose to swallow his pride, take a lesser role, take $5 million and say, hey, I'm about to go and try to win me a championship. And maybe, next year I can get some love from another team that wants me and see that I have changed and I want to do whatever it takes to win. Well, not whatever it takes, but buy into a concept of winning and go to a championship organization that really wants me. And the Golden State Warriors gave him that 50-50. He reached out to them. They loved it. They were surprised. He was surprised. And they was able to get him on the roster. They all happy. They all love that he's there. And that's just positive energy that you want when you're coming from a depressing state like DeMarcus Cousins was, mad they didn't get any calls. Knowing that they're happy, knowing that they want you, knowing that they'll do anything to fit you in and bring you in as a brother. It's tough. Knowing that nobody wants you, especially as one of the all-stars and best players in the league. But now he has a family for right now. Golden State can resurrect his career and put it in more of a positive direction if he buys into the team concept. Let me know what you guys think about DeMarcus Cousins. Do you think that the season is over? Do you think they're going to go 82-0? Do you think it's going to be a learning curve? Do you think that they just going to hit the road and keep rolling over people? Or do you think that this is a little overrated? Or you think DeMarcus Cousins is finished? Do you think that, like me, we don't really know what to expect because we haven't seen them play in months? And even if he is ready, he got to get back in shape. You can't really put weight on that Achilles. So he had to get more in shape. We might see a more flexible, bendable, athletic DeMarcus Cousins, possibly if he gets into shape and lose some of that weight. Or we might see a DeMarcus Cousins that's out of shape, tired, and can't do that much on the offensive end. So for the first couple months, we don't really know what to expect. All we know is Golden State is the favorite. People going crazy, and people want to see this team play now that they added another all-star for $5 million. This is ridiculous. But check out my website at NosisPlayground.com. Link up in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page at NosisPlayground.com. Link up in the description in the comment section below. Like to show support. Quinn Wade Basketball Nosis, I'm gone. And this is ridiculous. If it works out, I'm gone.